Hello, and thank you for joining the Pro Elite Strength and Conditioning team. I'm Tyler, and I'll be guiding you through some of the basics of using the TrainHeroic app. We will begin by finding your session. At the top of the screen, you can see the current month and the days of the week. On the 9th, you may notice a small white dot. This indicates a training day. If we click on that day, you will see a preview of the training session. Once the session has been logged and completed, this dot will turn green. To start a session, simply click on a day with a white dot and select Start Session. If the training session isn't the current day, you will be asked if you want to move the session to today, which we will confirm. You will first complete a readiness survey to let the coach know how recovered and prepared for the session you are. There are 5 questions with a 1 to 5 rating scale, with 5 always being the best. Please answer this honestly, as it helps us in programming your training. You'll then go into prep work. This usually consists of self-myofascial release, stretching, or a dynamic warm-up. If the picture in the middle of the screen is selected, you will open up a list that includes videos and points of performance on how to safely and effectively execute the exercise. After going through the warm-up, you can mark it as complete. Often, you will have some form of testing. Here, a 10-yard sprint test is shown. We are directed to do 5 reps of a 10-yard sprint. Once done, we can mark it as complete by clicking the hollow green circle and then selecting 4 seconds to type in our best time. On the next page, there are 2 exercises shown. Anytime there is more than one exercise, this indicates a superset or circuit. Whenever this happens, you will do 1 set of each exercise until all the sets have been complete. On the next circuit, we begin with front squats, in which we are training based on percentages of our working max. It's very important to follow the weight or percentage given for that day to achieve the desired outcome. We are also instructed to do chin-ups in this circuit for the maximum number of reps possible. Once we complete a set, we would input how many reps we completed. Next to the video icon for planks, we can see a training history with that exercise. This tells us the sets, reps, time, or weight used the previous time we performed this exercise. Pay attention to this when selecting your weight. Sometimes the weight to use will be provided for us. Others, we are free to use whatever weight we would like. Make sure to put in the data so it shows up in the History tab next time. Although sets, reps, time, or weight is often provided, we can edit this data as well. You may do this by selecting the desired column and changing that data. If you add a set to an exercise, you may select the plus button beside set at the bottom of the exercise. Often, specific instructions on how to complete an exercise will be given. For single leg RDL, we are told to do 4 reps on each leg, a total of 8 reps, to complete a set. Anytime we use 2 dumbbells or kettlebells, we will input the weight of a single one and not the combined weight. If we click at the bottom of the screen where it says Select Timer, we are given a list of useful timers we may need during a training session. You also have the option to leave comments on specific exercises if desired. Just click Add Exercise Note and type something in for your coach. Lastly, we would go into our recovery circuit. Do not take this time lightly. This is programmed in for a reason and is just as important as the training itself. Next, you will have the option to add an exercise from our library or complete your training. Make sure all the circles at the top of the screen are filled in green. If one isn't, we either forgot to do an exercise or set, or just forgot to check it off. Once we select Done Training, we will be given a scale to tell our coach how intense that training session was. 0 being easy, 10 being maximal effort. We can also see the duration of that training session and can leave session reflection for our coach. We will then be taken to a screen that shows a summary of the day we completed. At the main screen, we have a few things we can click. We can look to see the history for an exercise or circuit, see notifications, chat with one of your coaches, see a variety of training programs offered through TrainHeroic as well as our previous session, and also look at and edit our personal profile. Thank you for joining me on our tour today. We can't wait to help you reach your maximum athletic potential.